In this episode, we talk about the new Chief Minister of Odisha and the challenges that lie ahead for him. We also give you an update about the fire that broke out in Kuwait yesterday. But first, we talk about the murder case involving the popular Kannada actor Darshan, who has now been taken into police custody. Hi, I'm Shashank Bhargava, and you're listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. On Tuesday, one of Kannada cinema's biggest stars, Darshan Thoogudeepa, and his friend Pavitra Gowda were arrested for the murder of a 33-year-old man in Bengaluru.
So, if I have to explain it to you, what happened was...
That's Indian Express's Kiran Parashar, who has been reporting on this case for the paper.
On June 9th morning, around 8 o'clock, some of the security officials near an apartment complex in West Bangalore discovered the unknown dead body, and they immediately informed it to Kamakshipalya police, which falls under the same jurisdiction. So, as the police were yet to identify the dead body and they were yet to establish the identity, they sought technical evidences, like they got hold of some of the CCTV footage. They also tried to check his pockets if there was any identity cards which may provide a lead to the investigation.
When the police reviewed the CCTV footage, they discovered that a group of people traveling in a Scorpio car had dumped the body in a nearby drain.
So this is what the police found out, and they were trying to get hold of the registration number of the car in order to see who is the owner of the car, which may give a lead for the police. However, by then, 4 people appeared before the police. They basically surrendered before the police, claiming that they had killed a person named Renuka Swami, who is of 33 years old and is a native of Chitradurga, over some financial dispute.
So wait, they themselves went to the police and told them that?
Yeah, they have killed one person named Renuka Swami and they have dumped his dead body in the drain. And they said that the reason for killing Renuka Swami was some financial dispute. So now the police were able to identify the deceased. So the police started questioning these 4 people. Even the police were initially surprised. How come these guys have come forward surrendering before the police, saying that they have killed Renuka Swami? So when the police began the investigation, they started looking into their phone call details, their tower location, where were they on the day of incident or even day before the incident, and all these things.
The police later found that all these 4 individuals were together at the time of the incident in West Bengaluru. And after questioning these men separately, they discovered that Darshan was also involved in this case.
So, in order to have a technical evidence in that case, the police on the same day went and collected the CCTV footage from the shed, and also they collected the technical evidences like whether Darshan phone was active in that specific area and whether he was also present in that area. So police also got hold of a couple of CCTV footage where Darshan's car was present in that area. So then on Tuesday morning, so Darshan is basically now shooting for a movie called Devil. He was in Mysore shooting for that movie. So on Tuesday, 11th of June, early morning, around 8 o'clock, a team of police from Bangalore went to Mysore and took Darshan to custody, and they returned back to Bangalore.
The investigation has now revealed that Renuka Swami, who worked in a pharmacy in Chitradurga, was allegedly killed by Darshan and his gang. Now, to understand the possible motives behind this crime, it's important to know that while Darshan is a married man, he is rumored to have been having an affair with actor Pavitra Gowda. And Renuka Swami, who was actually a fan of Darshan, had reportedly posted abusive comments about them and even messaged Pavitra directly on Instagram.
So, Pavitra Gowda had informed Darshan about this issue, and it is suspected that this gang, Darshan and gang, had abducted Renuka Swami from Chitradurga and had brought him to Bangalore to teach him a lesson, which eventually ended in a murder.
Now, this case has made headlines because, as mentioned earlier, Darshan is one of the most prominent and highest paid actors in Kannada cinema.
And within the industry, it is also said that he is having one of the largest loyal fan base. So Darshan is a big name in Kannada movie industry. He is also popularly known as Box Office Sultan. The reason why the term has been given to him is because his many of movies have been a box office hits. Starting from his first movie where he became a hero, Majestic, till now he has acted in more than 50 movies.
Kiran says that Darshan isn't the only one in his family who has made a mark in acting. His father, Srinivas Thoogudeepa, was also a well-known actor, particularly noted for his negative roles.
However, Darshan's life did not start as he anticipated, being a son of an actor. So he started as a light boy working as an assistant for veteran cinematographer of Karnataka, B.C. Gauri Shankar. So after that, he did some TV serials. He also was giving voiceover to few of the cartoon shows that were in Kannada. And his major breakthrough came in 2001 with the movie Majestic. So from then, his movie or the film graph has always been up north.
Many of his films have been box office hits, but his life off-screen has not been free of controversy.
The first time he fell into a controversy was in 2011. By then he was an established actor in Kannada. So he allegedly had assaulted his wife Vijay Lakshmi. So she had given a complaint in Mysore, and Darshan Thoogudeepa was arrested in that case. And after that he spent some days in jail. After that the matter was settled outside the court, as many of the seniors in the industry interfered in the matter to defuse the fight.
But this is not it. For instance, in 2021, film producer Bharat filed a complaint against Darshan, alleging that he had threatened him during a phone conversation. The audio recording of this conversation was later leaked.
And in January 2023, Forest Department raided Darshan's farmhouse in Mysore, where they seized some of migratory birds and 4 bar-headed geese, which all fall under Wildlife Protection Act. And even this year in January, Darshan was accused of flouting 1 a.m. deadline while he was partying at a pub in Bangalore with other artists. So controversies has always been with Darshan, and Darshan has always been in the light.
Meanwhile, Kiran says a total of 13 people have been arrested in connection with this case, including Darshan and Pavitra Gowda.
And they have been taken into 6 days police custody for investigation purpose. So the police on Tuesday evening, that is on 11th of June evening, produced them before the court and took them to the custody. And from 12th of June, the police have begun questioning all the accused separately to get more evidence or to get more information from the suspects. Also, on 12th of June morning, Bangalore City Police Commissioner B. Dayananda also visited Annapurneshwari Nagara Police Station, where these people have been kept.
Kiran says that after Darshan's arrest, many of his fans gathered in front of the police station, the court, and even the hospital where he was sent for a medical examination.
So there has been one section of the society is really like fuming for the alleged crime in which the major Karnataka film star is involved, seeking justice to the family. And on the other hand, the followers of Darshan are now crying that he is still innocent in this case and he has not killed anybody.
He says currently the police are awaiting the post-mortem report of the victim, which will determine the exact cause of death.
And the police are also waiting for a forensic science lab report, which is very crucial in this case. At the same time, after the 6 days of questioning, if police require their custody for further investigation, they would seek court for an extension of the custody. If not, he will be sent to judicial custody. And I think this case will then go on. The police will have to again compile all the evidences, witness statements and everything to prepare the charge sheet, and they will have to move forward.
And next we talk about Odisha, where the BJP finally announced its chief minister on Tuesday, ending a week of speculation that started after it came to power in the state, winning 78 out of the 147 assembly seats. The person chosen for this post is Mohan Charan Majhi, a 4-time MLA from the Keonjhar district and a significant tribal face in the party. He is the BJP's first chief minister in the state, marking the end of Naveen Patnaik's 24-year rule. Now, when we spoke to Indian Express's Sujit Bisoyi, he told us that a lot of people were being considered for the post.
Heavyweights like Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and Jewel Oram were doing the round. Although there were also people like State Unit President Manmohan Samal, who had a big role in party's victory in 2024 election. And some seniors like Suresh Pujari and KV Singh, they were also in the race. But ending the speculation, the BJP's central leadership chose Mohan Maji, a tribal and who belongs to very humble background without any solid political backing, to head the state administration.
He says choosing him is a part of BJP's strategy, and similar to what we have seen done in states like Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan.
Though in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, there were no tribal CMs, but of course, in Rajasthan, the first time CM was anointed as the chief minister. In Madhya Pradesh, a Yadav, who is OBC, and in Chhattisgarh, they have picked one tribal. So in Odisha as well, they have picked one tribal. Regions could be many because in Odisha, tribals comprise around 23% of state's population. And these tribals basically in Odisha are supporters of Congress and BJD. I mean, BJP has hardly made any inroads into tribal regions in the state, although they have some strong base in areas like Keonjhar and Mayurbhanj. But this time, by selecting Mohan Maji, according to me, tries to send some messages like BJP is a party which always tries to uplift the backward or the tribals.
And he says by appointing someone like Maji, the BJP aims to consolidate the 23% tribal vote base in the state.
And Shashank, also nationally, it will, at a time when the Congress has been mounting attack on BJP, accusing it of trying to stop the AC/ST quota basically. So it could also help them boosting their image that this is the party which always work for the backward of the tribal population. This could also be a reason if we'll see national perspective.
Talking about Maji, Sujit says that he comes from a small village in the Keonjhar district and previously worked as a teacher at the Saraswati Shishu Vidya Mandir.
The network of schools launched by RSS Vidyavarati wing. So he started his political journey as a sarpanch in 1997 because he was quite popular in his region and a young, bright, educated face. So the BJP picked him to contest the election when the Keonjhar seat was on BJP's pocket during the 2000 BJD-BJP alliance government. For the first time they fought in alliance. So the Keonjhar seat was on BJP's kitty. Then the party selected Maji as part of this alliance understanding and who successfully won the seat. And he also managed to win the seat he retained the seat in 2004, the subsequent election. And in 2005, although he didn't get a ministerial post in the BJD-BJP alliance government, but in 2005, the Naveen Patnaik government appointed Maji as the deputy chief whip in the state assembly to defend the government on many issues when the opposition were mounting attacks. So he served that in that post very successfully, and he was there in the post till 2009.
Now, after the BJP and BJD alliance broke in the state, Maji lost the Keonjhar seat, but made a comeback in 2019, winning the seat again and being appointed as the opposition chief whip to challenge the Patnaik government.
And as you know, when COVID hit the entire world and the leader of opposition who in the assembly, Pradipta Naik, as a senior BJP leader, he got hospitalized because of his COVID infection for a long time. And at that time, Maji was someone who led the charge of attack against the Patnaik government in the assembly till date. And now in 2014, he won with more than 11,500 margin in the same seat. He retained that seat and now he is going to head the state administration. It was a surprise choice, of course, for not just for him. Even we were speaking to his wife and his mother who were confident that he will definitely be picked as a minister because he's a 4-time MLA, but they were not sure that he'll be chief minister of Odisha.
And Sujit, so far we have been talking about Maji, but the BJP of course has also chosen 2 deputy chief ministers. Could you talk about them a bit and what have been the calculations there?
I mean, that is the formula BJP in wherever they have won a majority. So with a CM, they chose in Odisha 2 deputy CMs and the party tried to strike regional balance basically with these selections because the chief minister is from Keonjhar district. It's a mineral-rich district in North Odisha. And interestingly, Majhi is the first from Odisha, first from Keonjhar to head the state's administration. And the two deputy CM, they had tried to pick one from KV Singh, who is a six-time MLA and a member of Patna royal family. So he is a six-time MLA and he is from Western region. So KV Singh's name, who was picked as deputy CM, his name was doing for the chief minister's post even, but the party picked him as a deputy CM and is going to get good portfolios, what I know. And another deputy CM is from coastal region. They have picked Prabhati Parida, which is a first-time MLA, of course, but she is associated with BJP for a long time. And though she won for the first time in 2014, she's a long-time BJP loyalist, and she is known to have a very strong voice, against the incumbent BJP government. And she had once even served as the president of party's women wing in Odisha.
And this is a big deal for the party. It's an end of an era with Naveen Patnaik no longer at the helm. Could you talk about the challenges that lie ahead for the BJP government?
See, there are many challenges in terms of governance and in terms of organizational setup as well. For a leader like Majhi, who is not very high profile, he is a very low profile and known to be a mild manner. So the first, organizationally, it will be a challenge to carry forward the party's organization and to take all factions along with him. That is one challenge as far as the organizational structure is concerned. Governance-wise, I would say the bumpy roads are ahead for him as far as the implementation of promises are concerned, which the BJP had promised during election. Two major things I would say, which was quite popular among voters after BJP promised, that is to increase the minimum support price of paddy to 3,100 per quintal, which is around 2,200 according to center's fixed price at this moment. And another scheme that was quite popular among, although it was a promise, but it was quite popular among the rural women, is the Subhadra Yojana, under which the BJP promised to give a voucher of 50,000 to all women, which they would encase in 2 years. So both this scheme will have huge financial burden, what the bureaucrats are saying, and how the party will implement both these schemes, because they have promised. And Odisha is a state where more than 80% people are depending on agriculture. So the party has, of course, strove to power by promising to increase the MSP to 3,100 per quintal, but it will be a challenge how they will do it. And this Subhadra Yojana's implementation is also a big challenge for them, because 50,000 to every woman in the state of 4.5 crore population will be a huge move.
Right, and even besides this, the BJP had promised to create employment in the state. The lack of jobs had been a major poll issue, just like in other states. So can you talk about that a bit?
See, a major narrative against the incumbent BJP government was large-scale vacancies and the lack of government's effort to create employment opportunities. So the BJP, they said there are around 1.5 lakh vacancies. It's true that there are vacancies, but they have promised that they'll fill at least 65,000 vacancies in just 2 years. So that would be a major challenge, how they'll do it in a fair and transparent manner. Fourth, if we'll say, Shashank, Naveen Patnaik's USP was these populist schemes. He has implemented over 24 populist schemes. And now the BJP has already said that once they'll come to power within 100 days, they'll implement Ayushman Bharat Yojana centers, which the Naveen Patnaik government has not implemented in Odisha. And rather, he has launched his own scheme called Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana, which is a very popular scheme among the rural people at least. So how the BJP will fine-tune these schemes, of course, they will not repeat the same, but they have to fine-tune. But how they will fine-tune and what are its consequences, only we'll see in next a few months.
And in the end, we give you a quick update about a massive fire that broke out in a building in Kuwait yesterday, killing at least 49 people, most of whom were Indian nationals. The fire erupted in a building housing workers in the city of Mangaf in southern Kuwait, in which over 50 people have also been injured. The building reportedly housed nearly 160 people, all of whom worked for the same company. Officials said that the fire started in a kitchen and was reported at around 6 a.m. in the morning. Reacting to the fire, Prime Minister Narendra Modi posted on X, saying, quote, "The fire mishap in Kuwait City is saddening. My thoughts are with all those who have lost their near and dear ones," unquote. He also added that the Indian embassy in Kuwait was closely monitoring the situation and working with the authorities there to assist the affected. The Prime Minister also announced ex gratia relief of 2 lakh rupees to the families of the deceased Indian nationals from the PM Relief Fund. Meanwhile, the government announced the MOS for External Affairs Kirti Vardhan Singh will be visiting Kuwait to oversee assistance to those injured and to coordinate with local authorities. According to officials, over 30 Indian workers who were injured are currently undergoing treatment, and that almost all of them are reported to be stable. You were listening to 3 Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was written and produced by me, Shashank Bhargava, and was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone you think will like it, share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can tweet us at Express Podcasts and write to us at podcasts@indianexpress.com.